Okay. Do you know what side of his mask got cut off when he fought Ahsoka?
No, I didn't look at that.
Okay,
Is it
so
the right?
in this fight, the left side gets cut off.
Okay.
In the Ahsoka fight, the
So the right
right
side.
side gets cut.
Okay.
What happens when Anakin and Luke say goodbye?
The whole thing's off.
Entire mask is off.
Ah, I see what you're saying.
What did Obi-Wan and Ahsoka both try to do that they couldn't do?
Turn him back.
What did Luke do?
Turned him back.
That's when he was Anakin again.
I agreed. Agreed.
So I think it's a little bit deeper when it kind of goes back to your whole like the eye changing and whatnot. They weren't able to do that in this. They just
They used
because
lighting.
he wasn't fully changed, right? He wasn't at that point that Ahsoka sees him. So I think what happened there is you still get that full Anakin when he sees him, he's Anakin, and that whole apology. I lost it, dude. I cried when he apologized
Oh,
and
that was
just
rough.
Ewan's face captured it all. Again, Ewan has done a phenomenal job of just capturing emotion with his face, and that is just the signs of a phenomenal actor. And so like that entire apology it hurt because at the end Anakin was gone when he said, and so that entire sequence makes so much more sense, and it's not Ben talking in riddles, it's Ben talking like he's saying what Anakin told him. Anakin's dead. I killed him. When Ben is talking to Luke in his house and says that he killed your father, he's right. He did, because that's what Anakin told him on at that meeting. And so it's just like, again, it just full circles back into it. And we were all like, oh, Ben just talks in riddles. No, Ben, he wasn't talking in riddles. He was talking from someone who's still facing or going through the emotions of losing someone.
Yep.
And so, Vader killed Anakin.
Yep.
So I thought that was really cool. I saw that picture comparison. Someone had put like the right and left, and I was like, oh shit, that. And then you think about it, the helmet's completely gone when Luke turns him back and he's Anakin once more. So I,
Yeah.
I thought that was really, really cool.
I liked how they played with the lighting because you can't really do the eye color IRL and make it as
Oh, but
noticeable as
his
you can in
eyes were
animation.
amber. It was
Oh
really
no,
cool.
you saw the amber, but they couldn't
Uh
do
huh.
the color switching like they
Yeah,
did
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
Ahsoka. So I
I
really like.
also think that he wasn't Anakin then. When Anakin saw Ahsoka, it was a completely different experience than when Anakin saw Obi-Wan
Yeah.
with the mask off. I think with Ahsoka, it was more so that whole he got it from the other point of view. It was him the master to his apprentice, whereas he is the apprentice to his master. And so it's again it's that whole like
He
it's
also
that father and son kind of thing where he's so pissed off at him, and he can't see anything but him. And when he saw Ahsoka, he experienced all those connections, the love and
his
compassion and
weakness
whatnot. Yeah, exactly. He was Anakin
in
again.
his mind.
He gave back into the light for that quick second.
Right, because with Obi-Wan, and he did say, you didn't kill Anakin, I
Yeah,
did.
I did. That was so good.
But with Obi-Wan, that's the reason he's in the suit in his mind. Whether it's true or not, that's a whole other debate. But with Ahsoka, that's your Padawan. You were
Yep.
responsible for her. So on
Hmm.
one side, he can say Obi-Wan was responsible for me, but on the other side, he was responsible for her.
Yeah, that
So
was Snips.
yeah, so I'm sure it hurt more with Ahsoka than the anger he had for Obi-Wan.
Oh, for sure.
And then obviously Luke is his son, so that's going to
Yeah.
be a whole other can of worms. So it was interesting, the way they did the lighting, and I think they did it well with what he was saying and when his lightsaber was on and off, and how they shaded his face or colored his face with the lighting. So that was a good way to do it, and have it make sense. I thought it was amazing that Obi-Wan literally kicked his ass again.
It
um
was it was
and they
good.
even did the high ground nod when he buried him, because Anakin was standing up there. Like, I thought they were going to make a high ground comment.
Yeah, now I have the high ground.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
waiting
that
for
would have been
something like
really
that.
good.
But they just did nods constantly with that. Hello there, the Emperor, Qui-Gon. So yeah. And it was also, yes, Paul just brought up that he did do his traditional lightsaber stance.
Yeah,
with
he did
the
the 2 fingers out and
yep.
everything. It was really good, and it was cool when he went Super Saiyan. You know, even like there was several moves that you saw him use in episode 3, like the spin behind the back, and even just the elegance of the fight was just so Obi-Wan, and like it was very, very fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, at one point he I thought he had him because he used the force to like hold his lightsaber in place, and then Obi-Wan did that thing behind the back, spun, and
Mhm.
they crossed again. I was like, oh, this is a good one. Again,
It really
it
Go
didn't
ahead.
take the cake for me. It's not number one, but
No, it
it's
definitely
top five.
isn't. It is very good. A Vader fight will never be elegant because of just the way that he is, the way that he has to fight because of the way it was dictated in the original trilogy. You have to hold true to the way he fights, like Luke in Episode 6. Like, it's a lot of heavy strikes. It's not pretty. You're not going to get flips like you do with Maul or Ahsoka. And so in a live action, especially with these older gentlemen as they are. You also have to add into the fact of, you know, it needs to feel believable for when they go into fighting in episode 4, right? Like episode 4 is just two guys just kind of just like tapping at each other because the theory is they're playing mind games at that point. So like that's the thing is like I think they handled that fight in a way where it was very sexy, it was very attractive, it was like it was really fun to watch, but it still held true to um that style that kind of carries across into when we see them fight again in episode 4.